What's up, everybody? It's Shadow Ninja here, and welcome back to Rage Quit. Today, we are going to be talking about Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I never was really a Warhammer guy. I didn't really know anything about the tabletop games or the actual games, but after playing this game in particular, I want to become one. It feels like a game I've already played before. If you guys have played the Transformers War of Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron, games. This game feels very, very similar to that. I believe the first Space Marine game came out around the same time as War for Cybertron did, and you do just get the feeling of being this big, hulking, badass soldier clomping around, stepping on soldiers with giant machinery, badass weapons, plowing through hordes of Terminids and corruption forces alike. Yeah, this game is definitely badass. And the campaign, let me tell you guys, I had no idea what the fuck was going on in the campaign half of the time, but I kind of got the gist halfway through. The game does a really good job with actually like doing some background storytelling and giving you an idea of what happened in the first game. But the premise is simple enough, right? You are a space marine tasked with destroying anything and everything that isn't human or could possibly bring a threat to your way of life. You are stuck in this giant suit of armor which can give you many different capabilities in game and lore wise. You can customize your colors in the PvE and PvP setting, but in the campaign, you are stuck as just one person, depending on if you are playing alone or with two of your friends. You play as Lieutenant Titus, who was a former Death Watch member and is now Primaris Marine, and he is now in charge of his own squad carrying out missions for the Ultramarines. And the story doesn't really get that much deeper than that. There are some cool set pieces in the game that really kind of take your attention away from the main battlefield. They actually prompt you to like look into another direction where there could be a conflict happening or like a spectacle happening. The game just feels really punchy and really alive. It feels like it's lived in. You feel the weight of the character that you are, especially in some of the campaign missions where you actually interact with some like standard soldiers. But yeah, honestly, no complaints from me with the story. The story is what it is. It's a very linear experience. You don't really get to move around a whole lot or explore areas or secret passageways, and that's honestly that's fine with me. It is what it is. It knows what it is. It's just a straightforward like Doom-like shooter where you just start to finish, you're just plowing through bad guys in a straight line pretty much, and you're just fighting your way through the hordes and hordes of enemies. And let me tell you, there are some parts in this game where it really does feel like World War Z or some horde shooter game where these Terminids will just swarm and they'll just come straight at you and they'll like climb walls and make like pyramids and stuff. And I think that is a mechanic they actually took from World War Z, which is great. You could just see hundreds of these bugs on screen, and if you're like me, who likes to play as the heavy class with the minigun, you're just plowing through all these things. The combat is very, very satisfying. The gunplay is very punchy, and the melee combat's pretty good too. PvE is my bread and butter when it comes to these types of games. As you guys know, I love Helldivers. I loved playing Payday. Any game where you're just shooting a bunch of enemies with your friends and grouping up and just feeling like an absolute powerhouse while doing it, I love so much. And this game does not underdeliver on that. There are 6 total missions, 6 operation missions after you've completed the campaign. These operation missions are intertwined with the campaign to give it an extra narrative. So, like, say, if you're in the campaign mode and you need help from a specific squad, you can send a squad out to do a mission, and then later you can come back and play that mission in operations mode. It's really cool. There are a couple cool boss fights in it too. Like I said, I wish we had more. One of my gripes with Payday 3 was that there was only like 8 heists in that game when it first came out. And in this game in particular, there's only like 6 operations. And they do get repetitive and they get a little boring after a while of playing the same thing over and over and over again, especially when you want to upgrade your preferred class. Randomized spawns and randomized encounters, they do help out a lot with with the monotony of just kind of start to finish doing the same thing, same objectives. But what is here is excellent. Like I said, I just want more. I want, and I know the roadmap came out saying that they were going to make more operations and they were going to expand on the PvP. I haven't actually touched the PvP. I wasn't really interested, but I might have to go back and check it because I did hear that PvP and PvE progression is separated. So that is going to be interesting to see what kind of upgrades you can get for PvP. And I did also hear that it kind of reminds people of the old Xbox 360 days of the Halo and Gears of War. Yeah, this game has some really, really good bones and familiar bones, and I don't want to stop playing. Like I said, I probably will check out the PvP once I'm done grinding away all the PvE stuff. The customization on your characters is just phenomenal too. You can definitely tell a clear difference from when you're first starting and you have no gear to when you're completely kitted out with the best looking stuff. And everything is lore accurate as far as I've heard. I've been keeping up with updates and what the developers have been saying, and they really, really do care about Warhammer as a franchise, it seems like. They really want to make sure they get everything right because they know that the fan base is kind of demanding and very, very particular when it comes to certain cosmetics and certain continuities and that sort of thing. I really love it. It honestly reminds me of when I was covering Battlefront 2 and how the community was so particular over that game as well. It's just a nice feeling to know that the devs actually care. And I've seen a lot of updates, like I said, seen a lot of updates, and they have no intention to stop supporting this game anytime soon. It is very popular right now. It is a very good start to this game and to bring more people into the fan base like me. I'm currently playing Warhammer Vermintide now, and I might check out Bolt Gun. And as far as Warhammer Space Marine 2 is concerned, I give it my highest recommendation. The game looks great. It feels great to play. It, like I said, gives us that old school Xbox 360 uh, vibes when you just hop online late at night with your friends and you just game out until the morning. It is so great. And the devs have no intention on letting this game slide under the rug. They're going to keep updating this game, keep giving it more content, and I can't wait to come back and see what they do with this game because it's just so nice. It's so great. I wish we could get another Transformers game like this. If they could do a Transformers game in this style, it would just be amazing for me at least. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy Warhammer Space Marine 2 if you have it, and if you don't have it, definitely consider getting it. It is amazing. But I'm Shadow Ninja. I'm gonna be signing off for you guys real quick. I'll see you on the next one.